can you grow inside during the winter? This is a question I get asked a lot, especially when it comes to herbs. And while I have grown herbs and lettuce indoors before using a small hydroponic system, I never felt the amount it produced was really worth the effort. But this year, when GreenStalk sent me their new base option, the Ultimate Mover, which was designed for indoor growing, I decided to give it another try. Today, I want to show you how I'm growing herbs and lettuce inside, what's working, what's not working, and what I'm learning along the way. Welcome to my grow room. This is just an extra bedroom that used to serve as a playroom, and now my daughter and I share it. I grow all the plants indoors. She's a drummer, so she gives me some background music, which is actually quite enjoyable. I could grow herbs and lettuce under these grow lights with no problem, but I needed to save this space for these up and coming cool season crops that you'll hear about soon as we head into the growing season. But I also wanted to try the smaller 3-tier GreenStalk inside, not only for fun, but also so that I can eventually move it outside when the weather warms up. I planted this GreenStalk about a month ago, and my first step was to fill the GreenStalk tiers. For the soil mix, I chose ProMix HP. This is a high porosity mix, which I felt was especially important for indoor growing. GreenStalks already need a well-draining mix, and without outdoor sun and warmth, I wanted to avoid the waterlogged soil that could lead to seed rot or root rot. Normally, when I use a mix without added fertilizer like this, I would incorporate an organic granular fertilizer. But organic fertilizer doesn't exactly smell great, and I didn't want this confined space inside smelling terrible. Instead, I plan to use a liquid fertilizer. I like this one. It's Fox Farms Grow Big, once the plants were established. Once the tiers were filled in, I set the planter inside here on the Ultimate Mover. This space is designed for indoor growing or patios where water runoff isn't ideal, and the wheels here make it really easy to move wherever I need it. Next came deciding what to plant. I chose annual herbs since those are the ones that I can't harvest right now in the winter. I also added a tier of lettuce as a backup just in case the weather turns too cold for the greens in my greenhouse, or maybe on rainy days when I'd rather stay dry and still grab a salad for lunch. In the top tier, I planted cilantro and basil, alternating pockets. The only cilantro seed I had on hand were microgreen seeds, and almost by accident, I planted them densely, like microgreens. So instead of a few individual plants like the basil, the entire pocket is filled with cilantro. In the middle tier, I planted lettuce. I chose a mesclun mix so I could harvest baby greens. I also figured that sowing a bit heavier would give me better odds since this was a totally new way of growing lettuce for me. My plan is to harvest these quickly and then replace them with marjoram, which I'm starting from seed right over here, and it takes a little bit longer to grow. For the bottom tier, I planted more cilantro and dill. Dill has always been a little tricky for me in contained spaces. I usually have the best success direct sowing it into large grow bags or into raised beds, but I wanted to see how it would do here. After planting, I watered everything in well, being careful not to oversaturate the soil. And then came the most important factor, light. At the time I planted this, I was in the middle of refreshing my grow room. We were ready to move on from sunny yellow paint that worked great when it was a playroom and my kids were little, but not so much for a shared grow and drum space. After repainting the walls a more neutral white, I had my husband hang one of my 2x4 grow lights so that it could serve double duty. I wanted it first to light this GreenStalk space, and then later on, if I want to use the space a little differently, whether I eventually want to bring my lemon tree inside over the winter next year, or if I want to have more indoor growing space, this will be adjustable to be able to add light to whatever I want to grow later on. But after he hung this up, what I realized quickly was that the grow light worked perfectly for the top tier, but the middle and the bottom tiers were much more shaded than ideal. Even lettuce, which tolerates shade better than many crops, seemed to struggle. I turned on the grow light that you already saw, the long one that's opposite me right now. I turned it on and I hoped that that extra light would help compensate. And then I also rotated the planter every couple of days so that I could hopefully get more light to these bottom tiers, but I'm not sure how much that actually helped. While I suspect that the slower growth in the middle and bottom tiers was mostly a lighting issue, I also realized midway through that I hadn't fertilized as I planned. So I mixed up my liquid fertilizer and I applied it, hoping my lanky lettuce and dill would perk up just a bit. So far, I'm not seeing a whole lot of change here. The lettuce is still a little bit sad looking. The dill, I feel like, is on life support. I don't know if it's gonna come back. And I really do think it is a light issue on these lower tiers because the cilantro is also suffering more down at the bottom than the cilantro at the top, which is growing really well. Now, only a month after planting though, even though those bottom tiers aren't doing the best, I am able to harvest this fresh cilantro. And the basil, I can pick a few leaves off of it too, and it will keep growing and it looks really solid right now. While I'll continue testing this setup to decide whether it's truly worth it in the long term, it has been a fun experiment, and I really enjoyed bringing some life and growth indoors before seed starting begins in earnest. And for that, I'll be sharing more with you very soon. Now, before I go, if you already have a GreenStalk or you're considering one, whether you grow indoors or out, take a look at the Ultimate Mover base if you need a way to contain water. It's also a great option for other indoor plants since it works just as well under regular pots and makes moving everything around really easy. You can check out the Ultimate Mover at journeywithjill.net/greenstock, and when you use that link, a $10 discount will automatically be applied to any purchase over $75. I would love to hear from you though. Do you grow your own food indoors over the winter? Let me know what you found that works for you. I personally haven't done it a ton because I have a pretty mild area here in Zone 8A, which makes me able to grow a lot outside and in my greenhouse. But for many of you, this may be the only way that you get food over the winter, and I would love to hear your tips and tricks. So comment below, I'd love to hear from you. See you soon.